morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Thursday morning. It's been raining, but it's been, humid. I found it hard to sleep last night. I really did. I found it hot. Really hot in this flat, so I was up and down like a yo-yo last night. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday to Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane, who also happens to be a jazz swing singer. I just hope he doesn't sing in the style of Peter Griffin.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday the 26th of October.
Alexa, what's the time?
The time is 8:29 a.m.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
In Rochester, it's 11 degrees Celsius with showers. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 7 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
How do you make a skeleton laugh? Tickle its funny bone.
Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include American politician, Senator, Secretary of State, First Lady Hillary Clinton, American animator, actor, singer and television producer Seth MacFarlane, American professional wrestler and mixed martial artist Phil Brooks, British actor and writer Cary Elwes, and New Zealand-born Australian country music singer Keith Urban.
Right, guys, so like I said, it's Thursday, bin day. The bin truck will be down collecting all the rubbish later on. So I took Max out for a walk last night. It was fairly dark. There were more people about yesterday evening than there were the day before. I didn't feel frightened. I didn't feel afraid. I was getting phone calls, but I didn't feel afraid. I didn't feel frightened. In fact, when someone's talking to you on the phone, people are less likely to come up to you or do something if they think you're talking to someone on the phone anyway. So the phone kept going off. My iPhone, my old iPhone, it's not a new one. So I went out the back of the flats. I went round Common Creek Wharf, usual doors slamming shut, banging. I'd taken a 2-hour phone call during that day, and my jaw was quite painful, especially where I've got a tooth that's got a exposed root. So every time someone bangs something really hard, it like shakes the tooth about and it hurts. So about 4 or 5 people, as I was walking past their accommodations, they were slamming windows and banging doors really hard. And my mother didn't slam the French windows yesterday. I shut them. Because normally my mum really slams the French windows shut and it makes me jump out my skin. But she didn't do that yesterday. So I was just like, oh no, that's going to start that. If that starts that off, I won't be able to go outside at all. If they start that really bad pain off, which is excruciating, I won't be able to go outside. Anyway, I grinned and I bared it. I walked Max down the road with my phone going off. I was walking and there was nobody really about, to be frightened of. There was no one. There was just normal everyday people walking their dogs, nothing sinister. So I got towards the co-op and Costa Coffee, and I didn't walk all the way around the field in the dark, because remember what I said, if there's an attacker or someone that wants to do you harm, they're more likely to hide where it's unlit places, unlit and behind bushes and in, places that are out the way. So around the back of the field it's all dark, there are overgrown bushes and fences, so I didn't go around there. I just walked around the lit areas where the workmen are working on those flats, because there are lights on there. So the phone was going off still. I went round and then I walked round back Common Creek Wharf, because where the co-op was, it was very busy, cars. And remember also what I said, walking past car parks, walking through car parks, you don't know if someone sat in a car and could just reverse out. So I kept myself safe in lit areas that were lit up with lampposts and people's lights, and I kept away from car parks. So I got back home and I had a conversation with somebody for about an hour when I got indoors. I had a talk with someone for an hour, and every time WhatsApp was pinging, it was hurting my jaw, and I have to put up with it. If I'm going to be able to talk to people and use the phone, then I've just got to put up with the pain. So finally the conversation ended, and I just sat in my flat and did what any normal person does: keep quiet, watch the telly, listen to the radio, whatever, make myself cups of coffee and act like a normal human being. Because my mum is a totally different person to me. She's totally different. We're both different personalities, different ages, and I'm not an old lady that ranks and raves to myself. And I don't want the rest of my life spoilt by someone that keeps saying that I'm pretending to be them, and I'm not. I already said to Isabel I want to go out more, I want to meet people, I want to join groups. I don't want to sit indoors like an old lady for the rest of my life, do I? And this is what's happening to me. And it's very, very nice that my mum was all dressed up yesterday. She was all dressed up in a top I hadn't seen before, like a feathery top. All the workmen were down Durrell Gardens, and my mum answered the door to the takeaway guy, and I was just hidden away indoors. I was just hidden away in my mother's flat. So I get hidden away in this flat. When I go up to see my mum, I'm hidden away in her flat. It's just ridiculous. I'm not an old lady. It felt like my mum was trying to wind me up. She was making references to the children that I never see. And I'd obviously talked to Isabel about what I'd gone through during my marriage and losing my children. So my mum was mentioning the kids that I don't see two of my other children, you see. So she was mentioning my other kids. It was like my mum was trying to make me angry, and she kept showing me my dad's photograph, and I said, "Mum, my dad's dead, you're upsetting me." I said, "I'm not cross," I said, "You're upsetting me. You're making me feel really depressed and miserable, you're upsetting me." I said, "You're showing me a picture of my dad, he's dead." I mean, she's talking about my children I never see, and I'm never likely to. I don't want to get cross. It's a negative emotion. Makes you feel awful. So there was banging from the side where I was sat. Someone was banging at the behind of my chair. obviously the builders down there are fitting new bathrooms and kitchens down Durrell Gardens, so there was a lot of noise. And I just sat there and I watched a film on Talking Pictures while my mum kept ranting on about my dad, and he did this and he did that, and we get that every week. And I said, well, you know, we all have to move on. You know, you can keep being miserable and sour-faced and that, and otherwise you can just like think that someone would rather you were happy and live your life than sit around being a sour, miserable person. That's right, isn't it? And maybe yelling at me and moaning at me makes people feel better, but I've got no outlet. I've got no outlet myself. So if everyone goes to go at me when their life goes wrong and they feel miserable, then I've got no outlet, so I keep it all inside and it makes me feel ill. My mum was telling me about a water rates house. Someone had gone with my mother to pay her water rates and to pay her TV licence. Well, that's good because she's got someone to take her. I mean, I go and pay my gas and electric by myself at the post office. They tell me the machine is shut down and I have to walk to the end of the street to pay it. At least my mum's got someone to walk with her and go with her to take her to these places, because I haven't. I walk, I haven't got a car, and I don't know anybody that's got a car that can drive me to a shop to pay my bills. My water rates are paid online, so they're up to date, and so is my TV licence. Because normally, when my mum talks about water rates or a bill, I get a huge bill, but I pay my water rates and I pay my TV licence, so I mean they're up to date. Because the last time my mum mentioned water rates, I got a huge bill for £300. It was noisy last night. It was very noisy. It sounded like between 12 and 2 in the morning someone was, I don't know whether they sounded drunk, whether they were like, it sounded like they were shifting furniture or boxes around between 12 and 2 in the morning. I got woken up, I went to bed about 11. I got woken up just after, 12. I could hear someone shifting, like upstairs, moving boxes, or someone sat drunk or something, and I just laid there, and I couldn't get back to sleep till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Gets back to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I get woken up just before 8 with someone that sounds like banging my side wall. So I've got up, made myself coffee, fed the cats, looked after Max. I'm okay. My mum gave me a bit of money. I want to order some things for Halloween. I saw an offer for a pair of shoes on Facebook for about £3. I couldn't do it yesterday because I didn't have any money in the bank. See if I can do it today. There's a couple of things I want to get for Halloween and that. You know, it does feel like someone is really trying to upset me and make me cross every single day. 2 hours of a phone conversation made me feel lightheaded, dizzy. It aggravated my face pain, but it didn't make me cross. All I want to do is settle down with a nice chat and spend the rest of my life in a happy relationship. That's all I want. Just to share the rest of my life with a nice, happy, cheerful chap, and we can share things 50-50. Possibly it'd be nice if someone had a car. I can't drive, but I help out with the petrol anyway. But I would like to go out to places and not be stuck indoors all day long. I'm just looking for, and obviously everything that comes with a relationship, everything, you know. That's what I've been missing. I've been single since 2017. I've been on my own, and I just like to find happiness and a nice, gentle, caring, loving man that we can go out to places together. You know, I don't see there's nothing wrong with that, is it? I don't want a great deal of money. I don't want a castle. I just want to find a bit of company and happiness with somebody. I am tired of living like this. Tired of it. I feel like I'm, you know, I haven't got the long hair, but Rapunzel locked in the tower from evil, jealous women. Because it's usually a wicked old witch that traps the young woman in a tower because she's jealous and evil. And that's what I feel like. When I was a younger woman, I've got older now. This has been going on for 20 years. Over 20 years, and it's about time it stopped. I don't want to feel isolated anymore. There's no reason to hide away. My dad's not alive. There's no need to hide what my dad was doing. He's dead. I've left abusive partners. There's no need to hide somebody away. And I'm tired of going round to my mother's and being told that I'm copying her. It's my YouTube channel. Mine. And it's whoever's trying to dress my mother up like me when she's 77. It looks ridiculous. And a taxi driver calling my mum a young lady when she's nearly 80. And my dad, Derek, used to call me, his daughter, Janestra, young lady. Anything to make me cross and upset and angry. Well, I don't know why they're doing it, but I'm on benefits. I live by myself. I have no car. And I don't meet many people. And I certainly don't get driven to places to pay my bills. I go on foot to Rochester High Street, or I go to Strood or Chatham, usually walking or using public transport. Nobody drives me about. And Charlotte is a member of my family, but she doesn't drive me to post offices or shops with her boyfriend. It's like I don't exist. So let them carry on pretending, because the truth will come out anyway. And you know, old ladies get frail, and my mum is very frail. She's got a hunchback. She's hunched over, she's got arthritis, and making a lady act like a younger woman when they're old is not going to do my mother any good anyway, is it? She needs to rest. So, we've got a Tesco delivery coming today. Tesco's. So I'm not short of cash today. I've got food to eat, so all the cruelty, you can just shovel it, because I've got food, I've got money, and I'm going to order some things from eBay. So you can shovel your cruelty, you can shovel eating in front of me, you can shovel walking around with your handbags and your wallets in your hands because Derek was a thief. My dad, Derek, was supposed to be a thief. My mum said she found Derek's toolbox yesterday in her flat and he would have used the tools on my mother. She found my dad's toolbox when the builders were doing the bathroom out. And Derek could have hurt Jennifer with the tools. Right, so what do we start to see? Men walking down the road with toolboxes where I live. She also said her flat was like a tomb, a T-O-M-B, where someone is buried. She said her flat was like a tomb. I was absolutely at one point terrified with what she was saying. Her flat was like a tomb. Derek would have attacked her with tools. And then there was guys walking down my road with toolboxes. And of course, a reference to my father being the devil. Derek was a cheeky devil. Derek is dead. My dad's dead. He's been dead for 2 years. I don't have to keep telling people that, do I? It's very upsetting as well, because whenever my mum mentions my father, I remember what the Co-op funeral service did to my dad's body, and it not only makes me angry, it makes me upset and ill, because they didn't find a bigger coffin for my dad's body. They either broke his legs or twisted them to fit into the coffin. And it doesn't make me happy when my mother keeps mentioning it. See you later.